So today it is day 2 of 15 days of foundation. This is where I do a new first impression video every single day for 15 days. If you're new here, definitely go check out the announcement video. It's going to talk all about the series, what's happening, where you can get t-shirts, where you can buy makeup. All of the proceeds are going to Project Beauty Share, along with day 1 if you missed it, which was the Natasha Denona. This is bringing back Jordan vibes right now. I feel like a braided wet dog. So today we're going to be talking all about the Laura Geller brand new Cover Lock Foundation. This is supposed to be a full coverage cream foundation. For some reason, when I look at the words Cover Lock, I just think of a 4-leaf clover. Let's read some of the claims on Ulta's website. This retails for $38 and you get 1 fluid ounce of product. It comes in 9 shades. I have the lightest shade, which is porcelain. And their description for porcelain says doll-like complexion, alabaster skin. The shade up from that just says skin is warmer than porcelain. Super helpful. Thanks, Laura. And then the deepest shade is called deep, and it says cocoa complexion. And they also spelled complexion wrong. Anyways, reading the description, it says, create the smooth, even complexion you crave with true full coverage. It blends away discoloration, scars, and even tattoos. So this is supposed to be like heavy duty coverage. If it can block tattoos, dang. So that's all it says. Basically smooth full coverage. It doesn't say what kind of skin types this is supposed to be for or the kind of finish it has. So I'm going to insert some swatches right here so you can see how the lightest shade porcelain compares to some of the other light shades of foundation that I have. Alright, so swatch time. Right here's the Laura Geller Cover Lock Foundation in the shade porcelain. Next over is Natasha Denona Foundation X in the shade 10, which I did during day 1. Dermacol 208, Tarte Rainforest of the Sea in the shade porcelain. Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 110, Pure Cosmetics Bare It All in the shade Porcelain. So if you're excited for this video and for 15 days of foundation, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. Yeah, that's cool. Attempted to salvage this braid overnight. I think I slept like a freaking mummy. So I've already washed, moisturized, and primed my face. I used my Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is what I'm using throughout this entire series this time around. I'm really excited for this one. When am I not excited for foundation? Well, here's the packaging. It's just kind of average squeeze tube in my opinion. Nothing super exciting about this packaging at all. So on one side of my face, I'm going to go in with a brush. This is the Sigma F82. I usually like this brush or the e.l.f. one for a little bit thicker kind of cream foundations. I just find that this usually applies it best. So we're going to try that brush, and then on the other side, go in with a Real Techniques sponge. I feel way more awake today than I did in day 1. This is supposed to be full coverage, so I'm just going to start with that and see how far it goes. Ooh. Whoa, this smells interesting. Okay, this has great coverage off the bat, covering really well for the amount of product that I used. When you blend it out, it feels very lightweight. Doesn't feel like you're blending on a heavy kind of cream foundation. Feels almost a little bit moussey or airy, and a little bit of this goes a long way. This isn't one of those foundations that you really have to use a lot to get full coverage. I'm liking how it's looking on my forehead. This is definitely a matte foundation, but it's not clinging anywhere on my forehead to any of the dry patches. And on my cheek area, it looks really nice and smooth with the brush. Let's see how it looks with a sponge. I usually use this amount on 1/2 of my face, and I used half the amount that I usually use on So you really need just a tiny bit of product with this. Yeah, it literally feels like I'm blending out air right now. Very lightweight. This is promising, folks. It's looking so good on my forehead. This is definitely full coverage. I don't need to go in with a second layer at all. Covered kind of my darker acne spots really well, but it does not feel heavy or cakey whatsoever, and it's just sitting on my skin really nice. It has kind of a soft focus effect, like a soft matte finish, and I'm shocked at the amount that I used to cover my entire face and get this much coverage. Since I have a tiny bit of the acne still coming through down here, I'm just gonna go in with a sponge and see if it covers more, just so we can see if this is buildable. I definitely don't need a full second layer with this at all. Yeah, doesn't cake up at all. Looks really good. As far as sponge versus brush, I think they applied pretty much exactly the same. The sponge was a bit quicker. So right now it's 7:57. So we're gonna call the check-in time 8 o'clock. I'm not gonna powder my face with this because I don't think we need to at all. It's drying down to kind of a powder finish. So as you can see, all of my acne down here is covered. I feel like it looks really nice and smooth. Look at my forehead. I mean, I have dry stuff going on and this is not clinging to anything. It looks really good on the forehead. So 8 o'clock. o'clock. I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, so it's now 8:25 and the rest of my makeup is on. So I didn't powder my face and it feels like you have a powder on, like everything blended out super easily on top of it. It doesn't feel sticky or anything, but I do think it kind of transfers a little bit. When I was just moving back my bangs, it kind of just totally rubbed off the foundation right there. The only other thing I noticed right now is that it is settling into a line up here. It's already creasing. It's not creasing on my upper lip yet. Other than that, I think it's looking really good. So on the rest of my face, I use the MUA Bronze Perfection Matte Bronzer. Blush is the new L'Oreal Infallible Paints blush palette here. I just went in with this kind of peachy shade right there. Eyeshadow, I put the same bronzer into the crease, and then I went in with the BH Cosmetics Foiled Eyes eyeshadow palette. This palette is actually also my face highlight. I went in with these two shades right here, mixed them, and just used a really light hand to use it as a face highlight. And then on top of that, I put the Stila Glitter in Diamond Dust. I'm in love with this thing. A normal eyeliner, mascara, which will be down below. Everything I always have on my face is down below, what I'm wearing, jewelry, everything. I'm literally about to drop off my hair right now. For lips, I went in with the pencil and liquid lipstick right here from the brand Real Her. This is in the shade Lady Love, and these were in my FabFitFun box, which I did a whole unboxing video on. I'm gonna wear this throughout the day. I'm super excited because I'm pretty sure the Canon vlog camera should be coming today, so I should have that by the next check-in, hopefully. But the next check-in I do will be in natural lighting, so I will see you guys in a few hours. All right, so this is my first time using and turning on ever the Canon G7X. I just got the Mark II. This is what I'm gonna be using for check-ins now. The quality so far looks freaking good. It also looks much more true to color than any time I do a check-in on my iPhone. So this literally just came in the mail, and then I charged it for 10 minutes, and now we are here. So I'm hoping I have enough battery to do this check-in. So let's see how the foundation is looking. So it's definitely more dewy. I wouldn't say I look oily yet, but my forehead, you can definitely see some oil coming through. I'm hoping it doesn't turn into oil by the end of the night. Let's zoom in on this thing. Oh, look at that. Oh, hell yeah, you can actually really see. Okay. It looks like it's starting to separate on the center of my forehead to me. Right there. Oh, by the way, did I even say the time? What time is it? Just looked at the time and it's 1:30, so the foundation's been on for 5.5 hours. Overall, I think it looks pretty good right now. Nothing major is going on. I just feel like my forehead doesn't look the greatest. Maybe if I set it with the powder next time. I'm trying to get a little bit of creasing on my upper lip. Very faint lines, but they are there. I think my pores for me look pretty good. They're not super emphasized or anything. Yeah, I think my forehead is really the only part that's not looking super great right now. This lipstick is holding up good. I mean, other way. In real life, you can kind of see more of a distinction, but I don't know if it's too, it doesn't look too dark. It just looks like the undertone is a little bit off, but again, barely noticeable. I have a feeling at this point that this is one of those that I would have to set my face with the powder at least on the center of my forehead. I'll check in with you guys at the end of the night, and I think I am gonna start doing the last check-ins in like the bathroom lighting, just so you can see it more realistic with this camera. So I'll see you guys at the end of the night. I hope you like the new camera. All right, so it's now 7 o'clock, so the foundation's been on for 11 hours. And I'm looking pretty oily. We're in the bathroom right now, so I'm under the bathroom lighting. I hope you guys can see this, but it's separated on my forehead quite a bit. I think you can see that. It's also still settling into some of my lines up here. It just kind of looks like it's sitting on top of my skin on my forehead. I wouldn't say the rest of my face looks great, but it also doesn't look horrible. I do have some creasing on my upper lip, around my nose looks a bit oily, so I think this might just be one that I need to set. Even though it does have a powder kind of finish when you first put it on, I'm obviously quite oily right now. So I think I would use this again just with a powder. So I'll try that out and let you guys know. By the way, we're doing an update. I forgot to mention this. Doing a wrap-up video again, this series where I'm going to be ranking all the foundations, trying them out again. And since I'm starting to pre-record these a couple weeks in advance, I'll have more than 15 days to do the wrap-up video. Right now, I'm not in love, and I also don't hate it. I just think this might be one that you need to work with a little bit to figure out how it stays best. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and you're excited for this new camera, because I am, give it a thumbs up so I know. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.